Hi, you're listening to Boggy Talk, Faith Conversations in the Mud, a resource of Church on Bayshore.
Hello and welcome to Noggy Talk. We are decking the halls, having a holly jolly Christmas, and we kind of match today in the studio.
Very much
my checker print is a little bigger.
That's true.
Fun fact about
your shirt.
Fun fact about this. This was
like
actually
a shacket. Is that a shacket?
It's actually this was my dad's when he was like in his 20s. This thing is
so
like
cool
almost
now.
50 years old. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
I took it from his closet one day when I was visiting. I was like, "That's cool."
You stole it?
Oh, my dad does not wear it. He can't fit in this anymore. Dad, I love you, but he would say the same thing, and he's probably he's probably cracking up as my mom tells him about this because she listens, but he doesn't.
Hey, Ann.
Hey, hey, Mom. Merry Christmas. So we match, and it's Christmas, and if you're doing okay.
Yeah, good.
It is December. It's here.
The parties started this weekend.
Yes. So all the Christmas parties.
The Christmas parade was canceled.
Postponed.
Postponed. I'm sorry.
We're not canceling Christmas in Niceville.
No, we're not.
That would be revolt. Can I just tell you a funny story about my first experience at the Niceville Christmas parade?
Yes.
We moved here from Crestview, and so
Crestucky,
and Niceville's mascot is the Eagles.
That's true.
And so a funny show that we used to watch was Parks and Rec, and there's this whole thing between Pawnee and Eagleton, and some of our friends were like, "You're moving to Eagleton," and I joked and said at the Christmas parade, I texted them and said, "I'm at the Niceville Christmas parade. Watch, they're going to be handing out iPads," and because that's what happens in the show. Everything in Parks and Rec is so much nicer in Eagleton.
Yeah.
And then, no joke, the Walmart truck comes through and they're handing out like full size, like $25, $50 toys to kids. It was like, it really is Eagleton.
I think they do that in Crestview now too.
They probably do. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought it was funny, but we love the Christmas parade. Looking forward to it and all the candy that will be given out and toys and beads and all the things they do at the
I don't
parade.
know if we'll go because there's another event on the 9th that we're going to. So
well,
Feed the Fosters. They do a big Christmas with Santa.
That's right. Hey.
So we've benefited from that for the past several years, but we are not an active foster family anymore. So we're gonna serve.
Way to go.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
That's awesome. Way to go.
Thanks, buddy.
Way to be a good role model.
It's my one thing I do a year. Dude, what's so funny? Maybe I shouldn't say that. I'm going to say it. So
I can edit it if I need to.
I will go to like things where our church serves in the community, and there will be people who come who maybe are visiting or they're doing whatever, and they come and they like are serving because they want an opportunity to serve, and they generally walk like around like I'm serving for the holiday, and our people are like, yeah, we do this every day. Like I love like that's such an embodiment of like believers, and what we do, and not just our church. I mean, other churches in this community, like there's just such a focus of the church of Jesus Christ, like serving and giving. And it's just awesome to see this time of year, but anytime, there's a narrative that like the church doesn't take care of the homeless and blah, blah, blah. That is just
listen. Oh man,
that
drives me crazy because it happens.
Malarkey.
It is. I know. I think
on the scale of malarkey to legit.
It's happening all over. Churches are doing this. I think we can speak particularly to our community in this area, not just Niceville, but the whole Okaloosa and Eagleton. But man, the churches in this community just do so much for the community, and it's amazing, and it's a beautiful, beautiful testimony. It's not just our church.
Because you are the church.
That's right. There's many churches doing that. So
well,
hey, we're going to dive in today. We're going to do things a little bit differently today. We're going to continue the conversation about Advent and just go ahead and ask and answer a couple of questions related specifically to really Advent and celebration of Christmas. So let's dive in. So the first question really is, but
you got the cliffhanger is what's coming at the end of this.
Oh, that's true. And what's coming up, because you want to stick around to the end, because we're going to discuss some controversial Christmas songs.
Whether we should keep it on the Christmas playlist or ditch it.
So
and why?
And if so,
why is the
why keep it or why ditch it? So,
Christmas canceled.
Oh, we're going to cancel Christmas today on Noggy Talk.
Okay, so
first question is really
Christmas.
As we talk about Advent, the whole idea of prepare him room. How do you really do that? Because Christmas is such a busy season. So let's talk practically about how we actually prepare him room as we make space for Christmas and don't get lost in the chaos. So
remember, if we prepare him room, heaven and nature will sing too.
That's right.
Isn't that a cause and effect?
Every heart, yes, that's right.
Every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing.
Yeah,
right? Am I missing something there? Or is that how it goes?
No, let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature.
Yeah. Okay.
I love that Love
It's a
that
great
song.
hymn. It's not canceled.
It is not. It's definitely. And it's like an Easter hymn too.
So you want to know some practical ways to prepare him room for Advent?
Yeah.
Do the Advent devotional guide
that's
that we
number
gave
one.
you.
Do it. Yeah. Just take a few
Do the
minutes.
Christmas in a box as a family.
That's right.
Come to church on Bayshore every Sunday.
And come to Christmas Eve. Bring somebody with you.
Give over and above so that we can help people.
Man.
Learn how to read and do other stuff.
Yeah. Isn't it funny? So this really
Zoolander
is
reference.
I think toward the end of December, we all kind of feel like we're running out of breath because it's been so busy. And
running
then
out of bread?
Breath.
Oh, breath. Oh,
no,
okay.
Not bread. I don't know. Did I not enunciate well enough? I guess we are
maybe
running out of breath.
I thought you said running out of bread.
Well, I mean, maybe we are running. Some people we are running out of bread. Some people are. I think
it's like money. Yeah, I'm running out of money with
that's right.
See, I'm like 6 kids. All right, it's going to be very little. Wait, that times 6 is a lot.
It is a lot. Like even if you do $20 a kid for something, that's 120. It's like
you only spent $120 for Christmas.
No,
for your kids?
we know what I mean. It's
no
just
wonder.
No wonder they're all mad.
Good thing Grandma and Grandpa.
Funny, it's like we're like, even if
Happy
we like,
Dave.
I know
Happy
we were
Dave.
like, even if we got
Sorry.
them a gift card, you're like, oh my gosh, that's just so much. So anyway, when we
Do
get
they
to
call him Pappy Dave?
No, they call my dad Poopa.
Poopa.
It just stuck because
like it.
he wanted to be called Papa, and then when Josiah, he was the first grandchild on that side, he started saying Poopa, and then my brothers were highly encouraged that name.
Yes.
They're like, yeah, say that. So
your mother would be like, y'all are not calling me.
No, she's
Pima
went with
or
Nana.
whatever
No,
the opposite of Poopa is.
No, she wanted to be Grandma,
Poopa
but
and
she's
Pima.
oh man, no, they're Poopa and Nana.
Okay.
So
and back to the
there you
actual
go.
topic.
So
Okay.
when we get to the end of December and we're so tired, we have to take, some of it is because it is a busy season, but we also have to recognize we often do this to ourselves.
We do it to ourselves.
First practical thing I'm going to say is what I'm planning to do by the end of this week is to go ahead and block off times and days in the calendar where I'm saying no. Like, this is like not happening. This is a rest day, or this is family day. Yeah, we high-fived on that because you just have to do that.
You do.
And because something is going to come up.
It
like,
is.
Whether it's emergency or something with friends or another party or something you've got to be at, another concert, another this, and you just got to plan some time to say no and just be still.
Build margin in always, but specifically around this time of year, you got to be a little more intentional about it, I think.
For sure. Just and even if I would say even that's looking at the big calendar, but even into your daily rhythm. If you're someone who struggles with daily rhythm of just time of prayer, time in the Word, like put it in your calendar. Like the discipline of doing that, like we oftentimes think that discipline is a negative thing. No, discipline means training, disciple training. So you're training yourself, and we want to train ourselves to give priority to the things that are the most important. And we will be ruled by what seems urgent if we don't give priority to what's important.
Yeah, if you don't say no, then you're going to not be able to say yes to the things you really want to say yes to. And the greatest present you can give someone is your presence.
Yes.
And so, like,
you put a big bow on your head. And like, Christy, I'm here.
You want to be fully. Many jokes I could have just said just now. But we want to be fully present with our family, with other people at the parties we go to, all those things. And so, I think what you're saying is wise. And I would just say, like, I think part of it is heightened by these days of social media, and we see all the things people are doing, and we want to do all the things. And like, I think I even said on Sunday, like, or maybe I said when we did Boggy Talk, like, we're not going to do the Christmas in a box every day. Not like intentionally, like it's just not going to happen because there's long days sometimes. And like, we don't feel like we're failures. Like we just understand that that's the reality. I mean, I typically don't skip a devotional time or time in the Word in the mornings just because to me, I feel like that's like eating breakfast, like, but I mean, I just, if you're like, I got to do Elf on the Shelf and we got to have at least 3, what's it called? Dirty Santa parties. And we got to have, we got to go see Christmas lights and we got to do this. It's like, and I got to watch my 87 Hallmark movies like Corey Lewis. Like, I understand that you might have a lot you want to do, but you just can't do it all. And it's okay. Just like be okay with that. Leave some on the table. There'll be more stuff to do next year, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Christmas comes this time each year.
Christmas comes each time. Sing the Beach Boys. There you go. have realistic expectations too of everyone around you and yourself. I think that's a key here because we've said often, you said disappointment stems from expectations. So if we have unrealistic expectations, we're putting this pressure on ourselves and we feel like we're failing. And just take the pressure off and have realistic expectations for this time of year. Like expect that your kids are going to go crazy. Expect this. But then on the flip side of saying no to things, there's some things you need to say yes to. You do need to say yes
to the dress.
That's right. If you're buying a Christmas dress to go with your Christmas shoes.
Yes.
But I think
foreshadowing,
you got to say yes to the things that are most important. And that's going to be different for everybody because maybe you're someone who's not social and you're like, I don't want to be around people. Well, like part of the beauty of this celebration, especially if you're a Christian, like, that's right. Like we're called to do this together. So
you are called to be
there's
around people.
Joy in being together.
You don't have to be an extrovert.
That's right. Yeah. Just be together with people. Maybe that is part of preparing him room. Now, if you're always with people and never just alone and with the Lord, like, that's also, something that you may need to correct. But say yes to the things that are most important and make time for them. I think that's a huge piece of this as well. Just exercise humility in making plans and wisdom, discernment. And, if you, that's all I got.
No, that's good.
Practical.
Yeah, it's
practical. All right. So next is
put a bow on it.
There you go.
Get it?
I do get that. All right, we're gonna branch out to the next question.
Nice.
There you go. And just what if Christmas is a struggle for me? What do I do? And I think that's a great question because I think everybody experiences some level of struggle at Christmas. Some are small.
Are we talking like
the
struggle
is real?
in the sense like you don't believe and you need Santa to come rescue you and take you to North Pole, or like grief?
I think grief. So that's where we're headed with this. Like whether it's grief or just loss, or even just present circumstances.
Yeah, if you have traumatic relationship with your family too, and you're going to see them. I think that's another hard thing.
It is. There's so many things that are difficult with the holidays. Whether it's like someone's not there that whether it's a loss of someone who's passed away or just a loss of an earthly relationship they're not going to be there because of some type of hurt or disagreement or what have you, or just present circumstances. We all have seasons of life where
you ain't
things
got
are
money.
hard. Yeah, it is. It's hard. So what do you do?
Spending $20 a kid on your Christmas present. I think it's important to understand like why we feel this heightened sense of grief or sense of burdensomeness during the holidays. And I think it's not because of the holidays. It's just like that we have such, because of the time, the way the world kind of stops, like it etches like greater memories, stronger memories in us. And so like, for example, COVID, the world stopped. And like, so those moments like are etched in my memory. 9/11, right? Like the world stopped. Like those things are etched in your memory. And I think Christmas, not to the same extent, but like the world does kind of slow down and all focus on the same thing.
It's a silent night. So
that's right. That's right. So no, that's good. So I think like, just being aware of that and like, so you don't need to be angry at Christmas, you don't need to be angry at, this time of year. But then I would just say like, kind of just the same principles that we always talk about. Like, you need healthy boundaries, you need people to talk to, and I do think time helps. It doesn't heal all wounds, but it does help. So like that first, I will typically write a letter to all of our families who suffered a death that year around this time, because I just know like that first Christmas time, especially if that was something where your family all get together, it's hard. And so I do think there's still an absence that's felt, but time again doesn't heal our wounds, but it does start to there's a balm if we're trusting the Lord, over time. But I mean, it's just sad. I mean, I think it's okay. I think that's another thing too. Like, hopefully someone's telling you like, it's okay. Like,
Man, being, I think as the body of Christ, think about what Christmas is, the celebration of Emmanuel, God with us. And he, is now Jesus is in heaven and the right hand of the Father, and he's left his spirit in us. And we are called to be like the hands and feet of Christ. And so I think part of this is like we need to recognize that this is a hard season, and we need to come alongside people and recognize that, and just and let people know, like we can be the place, the people that people will come to and just say, I'm just not okay, and we don't have to try to fix them, or all we have to do is just listen and just say, let's go to the Lord and ask Him to meet this need. I think just if you're struggling, the first thing is acknowledging that you're struggling or having a hard time, and then really finding someone or some people that who can share the burden with you. No one can carry your grief for you, but they can walk alongside you. And so it's important, I think, a lot of times when we struggle, I know this in my own self, and I think in most people, when we're struggling, our tendency is to start to withdraw. Now, some people, when they struggle, they lash out, but I think the majority of people,
not good.
Yeah, exactly. And we tend to withdraw and kind of isolate ourselves, and we say we're fine. And you're not someone who's going to like share every. Well, some people do this, but you're not sharing sharing it all with every person. But you do really have to push through that and say, you know what? I would say even telling some people.
Maybe walk through that is a better word, but I understand why you said push through.
But push through. Like, push through the resistance of withdrawing.
Yeah.
And
okay. Sorry. Sorry.
And then but even with some people saying, "Hey, I'm struggling, and I'm giving you full permission to check in on me.
Yeah.
And if I tell you everything's fine, you're allowed to say, I don't believe you."
Right.
And we need those people. And it's hard to find those people. But that's what we're called to do as we walk with each other and bear each other's burdens. Absolutely. So,
you said no one should carry burdens for you. Accurate, but we are called to carry each other's burdens. And then, I would just kind of all that add that, the scripture says he who isolates himself goes out against all sound judgment. Like, so if you are just like, I'm withdrawing, like that's not completely from the Lord. Like, I understand that, you may have to ease back into things and you may have to be guarded. And again, I think boundaries are wise, but like, just pulling away from everyone is just not, it's not of the Lord. It's not what you're called to do. And I think, And I think like with some of this too, it's like where it's kind of embracing like, hey, if that person's gone or this season of life is different, like what can we start that's new, right?
Yeah.
Like God is doing a new thing, right? Like, and so, how can we start new traditions?
Yeah.
I mean, and that carries on the legacy of that person. And also, because it's not about the stuff, it's and the actual things you did. It's about the spirit of it, right? And then I think also like, it honors the Lord. Yeah. So we're going to be present where we are right now. So
there you go. Well, I think that's, if you've got a specific struggle or you just need help or reach out, please send us a message. We would love be honored to just listen.
Yes.
And let's talk about the Lord together and how He does meet us in these moments and truly comfort.
He does.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's move on to the game/healthy debate on keep it or ditch it.
So I've got 4 songs here. And so I think we'll just talk about whether or not we should keep it or ditch it on the iTunes playlist, which means like, not that we're listening to it a bunch, but like, are we going to listen to it at all at Christmas? Like, does it have a place in the Christmas season? So the first song is Baby, It's Cold Outside.
Oh, ditch it. I don't even have to think about it.
Okay. All right.
I don't like that song
You're so woke.
at all.
You're so woke.
No, I remember like before that was even people were like, that song's wrong, bad. I was like, I don't like it.
Remember like 2 years ago, if I'd said you're so woke, how that would have been like,
people
just
like,
oh, you can't do that. Like now it's like,
oh man.
I've said before, that song is creepy.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you're basically like,
it's rapey. It's rapey.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
Yeah,
on this
you're
public
getting a
radio.
girl drunk. That's the whole premise of the song.
Yeah, it's just not.
I think it just creeps me out, especially if you go to like a concert and it like, like we at some of our Christmas parties, like we'll have the high schoolers sing. I mean, I don't think they sing this, but like if you go to a concert and it's like,
They don't.
It's cutesy. It's a cutesy melody. It's a cutesy song. And then you like actually listen, you're like, No.
Yeah, people are like, oh, but that was a more innocent time. I'm like, you mean it was a time when men were deemed innocent when they did bad things more often?
It was not a more innocent time.
It was not a more innocent time.
It was, it was,
Yeah,
terrible.
I'm ditching it from the playlist.
Yeah,
too.
I don't like it.
It is a catchy tune.
It's catchy.
It's ditched.
It is catchy. If it
It's
could be
ditched.
like rewritten, I mean, I don't like rewriting songs unless it's a purposeful parody. I mean, if it could be redone in a better way.
I do find humor in that because of Will Ferrell and the Baby It's Cold.
Yes,
and Elf. Okay, the next one, kind of similar theme is I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
All right, so this
It
one,
depends on if Santa is dad or not.
Yeah. So it's really hard not. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's really hard not to hear this song and not hear the Jackson 5 sing it.
Okay.
Because that's just the
Yeah.
best version of the song. So I think
You're keeping it?
I'm keeping it because
Okay.
one, the Jackson 5 is just fun to listen to. Secondly, it's a kid, and like the whole premise is that
Yeah, I agree.
this is dad. Now, I mean. Yeah, I mean, could it be? Yeah, but I think it's cutesy enough.
I think it is that it's dad. Like, I
the
think it's
assumption
cute.
is it's dad, and so
Yeah.
it's okay to keep this one.
Which, why does dad go through the effort to dress up like Santa when his kids are in the bedroom?
I
Like,
know,
just go ahead and-
like,
anyway.
why? That's a lot of effort.
That is a lot of effort.
You know, we're like, oh, we forgot. Did we put anything out? No. Oh well.
Well, you only spent $20 a kid, so you know it didn't.
and which now that's like an apple and a banana is
Yeah,
$20. So
right, that's right. Okay, man, where are you going, Aldi?
I
Where
don't-
are you buying your apples and bananas? No, sorry, Trader Joe's.
No. It's just food's
Okay.
expensive.
Okay, number 3 of 8, Santa Baby.
I'm
Are you
trying
keeping
to.
that or ditching that?
I'm trying to think of the lyrics.
You don't know that song?
I mean, I do. Santa baby, da, 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 da.
I don't
Hurry
think it
down
sounds
the
like
chimney.
Santa Baby. It's
I'm,
like
I'm going fast.
It's like the Sunny Eclipse
I don't want to bore
version,
people by
if
singing.
anybody knows
Hurry
that.
down the chimney. I don't know what would be the controversial lines in these because
Really?
I'm
You don't
trying.
know? Okay.
I'm trying to remember them.
You go ahead and read them. I want to hear your
all right,
reaction
all right.
as you read them.
Should I just try to read these straight faced?
I'm going to ditch it just because, I mean, it's just kind of weird. I mean,
All right.
It's a very sexual song.
Well, especially if you listen to like the Ariana Grande version, especially. It's like,
Well,
what? Yeah, I want a yacht. It's really, well, is that the right version? No, I don't think that's the right version.
And it's just weird. It's just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's putting women back in that.
That's
like,
true. Yeah, it is. It's like she's like, Santa's my daddy. Like, let's get
daddy,
rid of it.
yeah.
You can't. Let's not do that. Nah, I'm canceling it. Cancel
Okay,
Santa.
all right. So we
baby,
still
but
got.
there
I
you
saw
go.
Mommy Kissing Santa Claus on there, but we've taken 2. All right. How about
Yep.
this one? Do they know it's Christmas?
Do
in Africa.
they know? Listen, what me, America is the center of the universe
I know.
song. Like, whoa, those poor people in Africa. Listen, Africa is a continent
Yes.
of a bunch of different countries, of a lot of different people groups. And a lot of them know it's Christmas because they're Christians. And the church in Africa, believe it or not, American people
Yeah.
who wrote this song, is older than the church in America.
Right.
So I think ditch it. I mean, if it comes on, I'm probably going to sing along with it. So I'm not that like, oh, skip it. But come on, let's buy a worldview for $100, Alex.
Wow.
That's how
Wow,
strongly I feel.
man.
But you give me started on like worldwide things. I'm like, oh, come on, people.
Listen to this. There's a world outside your window, and it's a world of dread and fear, where the only water flowing is the bitter sting of tears. That's what they say about Africa.
Listen, I mean, but there's so
Because
much,
they don't have iPads,
Yeah.
so
but
which I mean it was written before iPads. But yeah, I agree. Cancel it. It's just
I mean, it was written and they were trying to raise
the Christian version would be like, no, they don't, and like Somalia because they're Muslims and we haven't carried the gospel there like we should. So trying to go back to my photos to pull up. So we've canceled that one. So we've canceled 3 out of 4.
Oh, man.
Where's some canceling?
I mean, for
Told you
clarity,
you were
I'm
woke.
probably still going to have these playing because that
Okay.
I don't. Yeah.
All right. Mary, did you know? You about to offend somebody, Justin.
All right.
She knew.
There is no good answer
Yes,
to
she
this.
did. She didn't know the
She knew.
specifics.
But she didn't know the specifics.
But
And
she
so
did know.
She knew-ish, like mostly.
It should be like, Mary, were you fully,
That's
did it
what-
fully
Mary, were you
grasp
fully aware
Yeah.
of all the things that so I like this song. I'm just going to say it. Some of
No,
y'all are
did
like,
you
do you
know?
read your Bible, Justin? How can you? Because that he's not saying she didn't know. He's just
if she was familiar with the Old Testament, then she knew a lot of it.
And Mary did know. Mary was very familiar with the Old Testament. I don't think that her response to the angel telling her all these things would be to, sing this song, the Magnificat, saying that she's blessed, and for generations people will call her blessed. Like, I don't think her response.
Catholics aren't allowed to sing this song, are they?
Probably not.
Because Mary,
they're like,
she knew.
I get them. Yeah, so I don't know. So I'm just, but I think
didn't know Joseph in the biblical sense.
That's right. She did not. That's
according
true.
To Catholics.
Yeah,
like
ever, which is not
okay.
True.
Anyway, moving on.
So
you're not canceling it.
I'm not canceling this song because to me it's like, I'm sure that she still, like, when she saw him do things, was like, I knew he would do things, but I didn't know.
You think she did that? Like, what?
That's my boy.
That's my boy walking on water.
It depends on what region of the United States she
I
was
don't know
from
why she had that
voice. Woo, baby, that's my boy.
That was not Mary's voice.
Parents watching their kids on the Little League field.
I
Come
know.
on, boy.
Yeah.
But I do think
I like that you said parents when you really meant David.
That's
Papa Dave. Papa Dave.
But I think, like,
Poopa.
I think
Poopa
that
Dave.
she still probably was seeing these things unfold, saying, wow, like, I knew, but did I know?
Okay.
Like, so I'm keeping it for that sole reason. Yeah, she knew.
I'll keep it. I'm only going to listen to like once. I'm going to let you guys have it. Okay. Away in a Manger.
Okay. So, there's a new version of this song that we actually sung at Christmas Eve by Phil Wickham, and I love it. So the whole, like, no crying he makes, and like it, we understand it's poetic. It's not meant, I think this is a song that's meant to be more poetic than theological. Same with Silent Night. Like, it wasn't silent. But so if you listen to the Phil Wickham version of this song with the verse 3, I worship you, Jesus, so gift from above, the highest of praise. No, I worship you, Jesus, the highest of praises be unto your name, my God, my King. It's just beautiful. Listen to it,
but
and you'll be like,
the same song. So you're like, you're canceling it.
I like a modern version of Away in a Manger.
Yeah, you're canceling it by rewriting.
I'm rewriting Away in a Manger.
So I'm trying to pull up the lyrics, but all these places want me to donate money.
What?
Yeah.
That's funny.
For me to see lyrics.
Away in a manger, no crib for a bed.
I'm canceling them just
the little
because of
Lord
that.
Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the sky looked down where he lay.
Wow.
The little Lord Jesus asleep on the hay.
Okay.
The cattle are lowing. The baby awakes. But little Lord Jesus, no crying he makes. I can't remember the next part.
Yes.
That was off the top of my head.
Mary, did you know that they were going to say that your baby didn't cry?
Yeah, I'm just like, he cried.
Yeah, he did. Okay.
But I'm keeping it.
All right, two more.
Ish.
Okay.
Rewriting it.
Wait. I'm keeping it, but I'm not listening to it. Same with Mary, did you know? Okay. Little Drummer Boy.
So some people love it, some people hate it, and I like it.
I love it.
It's just it's like, what else? What gift do we have that's fit to bring a king? Little Drummer Boy. I mean, yeah, that's just what a great story. I
have no gift that's fit to bring.
Yeah, so
or
good
fit for a king. Sorry,
love it.
So like, I'm just gonna do what I know to do for him.
Yeah. That's if we lived our lives like that, we would probably do a lot more.
Are you guys doing your version of Drummer Boy this Christmas? I've been asked that by 3 people.
Really? I don't have it planned right now.
What?
I can take an opinion poll. I don't have it planned yet.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah, if there's like an outcry, I don't know. So
Not from Jesus in the manger.
That's right. Yeah,
Okay.
he won't be crying
Okay.
because it was not a silent
before
night.
we get to the last one, we canceled Baby It's Cold Outside. We kept I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. We canceled Santa Baby. We canceled Do They Know It's Christmas in Africa. And
Man, we
left,
sound like angry people.
we actually just sound like conservative Christians
The
because we
World of
left Mary
Christmas.
Did You Know
The
Away
World
in a
of
Manger
Christmas.
and Little Drummer Boy.
But there's so many other like Christmas songs that are great, like it's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most
Silver
I do like that.
bells,
nah.
all I want for Christmas is you. That's a great one. I mean, it has
also
gotten
a lie.
overplayed. It is, yeah, it's gotten way overplayed. There's so many great Christmas songs. It's just fun to put it on and listen.
It is.
Yeah.
We've been listening already.
Already.
Christmas in Hollis, right?
What?
Run DMC, man.
Oh.
It ain't Christmas unless you listen to some Run DMC Christmas.
That's funny.
Come on, man.
Oh, the
There's
Run
like Christmas
DMC.
in the city too.
I remember like
Christmas.
listening.
Just Google rap Christmas.
So growing up, we didn't have MTV.
Not around the kids.
My grandma had MTV, but we didn't. And we would like.
That's never been said before.
I
don't
know
think.
my grandma had it. They had cable. We didn't. And
yeah.
And so in the afternoons, MTV rap would come on, and she would come in and hear that, and she would say, "Turn off that devil music."
Ironically,
but we listened to it.
Back in the day, grandma had cable and we didn't because, grandma had more money. And now today, kids say that because we don't have cable anymore, but grandparents still have
That's
it.
right. Yep.
Yeah. So
there you go.
That's so funny. Turn off the devil music. That reminds me of the sermon from like a week ago when I was like, all Christian rap isn't like,
that's right.
God likes it when you call me Big Papa. Anyway.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
Last one.
Okay.
Christmas shoes.
No.
Are we canceling that song or are we leaving it on there for our friends?
So I have some friends who have strong affection for this.
Yeah, if you're new to Boggy Talk, Christmas Shoes is the worst song ever written.
It is. It's so bad. But I have some friends who love it. I think they kind of like
cry over it, like weep, like it's so sad. It pulls on their heartstrings.
Yeah.
I'm canceling it. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
It is a money grab song.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, let's play.
You know how many people buy shoes after that? Oh, that's not what you're talking about. Oh, sorry.
I just think it's one of those songs where like we can make people cry.
Actually, ironically, I really like shoes. So I'm just gonna figure out a way to play that for my wife. Like,
yeah,
will you buy these shoes?
So I want to buy these shoes. Oh yeah,
that's like instead of for the dying mom buying the shoes.
For my pastor,
my pastor.
It's
he needs the Jordan 3s.
He likes his Jordan 3s.
Yes, you should rewrite that.
Yeah, I can do it. Oh, that's
it's just
funny.
like the way it sounds too. Like not on.
It's just yeah.
It's the "This Is Us" of Christmas songs.
Oh no, I like "This Is Us."
This Is Us exists to make you cry every week. I'm not doing it. My kids growing up fast, and all the people having drama in their life that I see that makes me cry. I don't want things to make me cry.
Oh, well, sometimes you just need it. You need the release. You're like, this is me. This is my life, but not being played out for the whole world to see. So, yeah, Christmas Shoes, I would listen to it, but as I'm listening to it, I'm also like cringing and laughing at the same time.
This is the only place where our playlist is differentiated.
Yeah, so
I took it off, you left it on.
I'm leaving it on for laughter sake.
In what setting are you like, I'm glad that's on the playlist. Like driving in the car,
driving in the car,
Christmas music, and then
it comes on, and then you just play it loud to one, like get your kids, and two, just to like sing it loud at the top of your lungs, to in a mocking way. That's absolutely. Come on.
So then why not leave? Do they know it's Christmas time?
Because I feel like that's a little more like, I don't know, us centered in the center of the universe and those poor pitiful people, and that's just because
you're kind of woke,
yeah. I have I need to grow my worldview, but at least I have like vision beyond my nose, I think. So, anyway, I think we probably offended some people, but also people were like, but whatever.
Typical Boggy Talk.
But you know what, there's freedom and there's charity in all this, because there's other songs that you want us to cancel that we don't, and all those things. There's some worship songs people want canceled, and it's just life,
And if you know me, and I'm around one of our sweeter older ladies and she's playing that song for me, I'm just gonna smile and let her enjoy it.
Love it.
Well, that stuff, I'm not that sentimental, but that stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey,
I'm covering myself now.
Thanks for tuning into Noggy Talk. Hopefully this has been funny and helpful, and we look forward to talking about Christmas and Advent a little bit more with you next time.
Thanks for listening to Boggy Talk. We are so glad you joined in the conversation. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss a beat.